Hello and welcome. In this short video I'm going to show you how to create your own property listing, advertising your property for sale, rent or vacation rental or holiday lets, whatever the case may be, on the Spanish real-estate.com website, Spanish property portal. Right, the first thing we need to do is click on this link at the top here and log in and register. Now we haven't got an account. If you do have an account and you've lost your password, you click on that link and follow the instructions and it will send you a new password. But what we're going to do is create a new account here today by clicking on this link here. We need to use a username and input our email address, name and last name, select a password, create a password and repeat the same password. Now if you get this wrong and you put the password in wrong, it won't tell you, but you won't be logged in and you'll have to do it again. You want to choose a secure password and something that you're going to remember, and then we just click the register button there. Now as you can see, it's slightly different. The green link has turned to yellow and we have a new set of links. So we're logged in. If you don't see that and it's still green, then you need to start again because you've made a mistake, possibly with the password or the email address or something. So let's get started, and first thing we're going to do is just have a quick look at the account settings. In here is the information about yourself. You can put in the links to your Twitter, Facebook and all the other social networks that you want. You could change your email address there if you wanted to. You've got your first name, nickname, your name displayed as what it wants, as what you want to display it to the public. You can change that to a combination of one of these names. You can create some information about yourself here. You can change your password. If you're an agent, you can input your information here. If you're an agent working for a brokerage, you can select from the drop down list one of the brokerages and input your office information there, and then update your profile at the bottom there. We don't need to do that, so we're going to go on and we're going to create our listing for our property. So what we do is you just click on this link here, submit a listing. Now I'm just going to click on share my location. It doesn't really do anything to the form apart from it shows our location on the map here, but that will change as soon as we import the data in these three boxes here, which will be the city, the state and the postcode, which changes the map. Now then, I'll just show you some adverts. What we've got here. Here we have the title. That is also the headline. But if we look up here, you've also got the URL. And if we look down here at some other adverts on the right, there is a headline there, and there is a headline there. Now let's go back to the form and have a look, see what happens. So let's just select that text there, because what we'll do is, just to make this easy, we'll just copy some information from an existing listing. So we're going to paste that into there. Now this will be the URL of the advert. Now you can have a play with this, but you can put a description in, for instance, villa with pool, 5-bed, 2-bath, but don't make it too long, too many words, because your advert will not display correctly. It needs to be a short description. This below here is your alternative text. If you input anything here, it will replace that on the headline. The URL is determined by the first box. The alternative title, if you input any data in there, it will change the headline on the front of the listing there, as well as the headline there. So that's them two boxes explained. So now we need to select the type. What we've got, villa with a pool. Status is for sale in this case. We need to put the price, although you don't need to put the price in. You can leave the price blank, and in this box here you could put call for price as an example, or price on application. This box here is mainly for rentals, vacation rentals, etc. If we go over to one of our rentals we have here, you'll see we have the price of the rental. This is a vacation rental, and we have the frequency of the rent, which is weekly in this case. So if you had a long-term rental, it would probably be monthly. If you had a vacation rental, it would probably be weekly. And in here you would input the relevant information and determine what rent you want and how often you want it. This here now is the listing description. This box here, you want to describe the property as best as you can, as accurately as you can, with as much information as you can. This is your opportunity to sell your property, and so the more information you put here, the better it's going to be. So let's just grab a little bit of text from this advert just to demonstrate. So I'm just going to right click on that text, copy, go back to the advert, right click in the box, paste it in. So that's if you had already got some pre-made description of your property, or if you're advertising on another website, you can just copy and paste it straight in there. The next option we've got down is optional rental information. If you just click on that plus sign there, a box pops up, open, and we can input some more information about rental properties. Now this is for sale properties, so this is not relevant in this case, but if you've got a vacation rental, you're going to want to put in things like the number of guests and etc. And any information that's relevant to your advert. We don't need that in this case. The next thing to do is select some images for the advert. So click on there. Now you'll need to navigate to where your images are stored on your computer. As I've already done this a few times, it remembers where we are. So I'm just going to select 3 images. I could select all of these images, but that would take time to upload, and we could all go for a cup of tea while that does that. So I've just selected 3 images just to demonstrate. Now we have 2 icons, start, and that's a bin. That means delete. That means set this image as the featured image. So we're going to set that as a featured image. You want to choose a nice image for your featured image. In this case it doesn't matter because we're just uploading 3 photos. So we go back up to the top here, we select the city, state. State is the province in Spain, so you put your province information into the state. Postcode, country obviously is going to be Spain. Beds, how many beds you got, how many baths. The build size in square meters. Remember, it's in square meters, that is. Community is useful if we've got a lot of properties listed in the same area. It will list them all together. If we look at this advert down here, you see other listings in this community. Now there's only one property in this community with this particular advert, so there's no other listings there. If there were, we would have more little adverts like that below there that would be in the same community. So that's what the community does. It would list properties all in the same community. A property ID, if you're an estate agent, you can input your property ID in there. And if you've got a video of the property, this is where you can put the URL of the video. If we go to YouTube, I'll just show you how we do that. We'll just click on a video. Let's have a look at that one. I'm just going to pause that. Now, assuming you've uploaded a video to YouTube, it'll be just like this one. And what you do is you click on this share button just there, and then we have what's called the URL in this box. Right click, copy, go back to our advert, right click, paste it in, and there we have actually just inserted that video into our property listing. Additional features. Now if we have a look at the existing advert that we've got here, that we're copying some of it, we have property features, and these are the additional features. See, they're quite nicely highlighted with a green tick. So let's just select several of them, copy, go back to our advert, paste them in. Now we need to space these out with a comma in between each one. Okay, so don't forget to put a comma in between each one of your additional features. Now your additional features can be little snippets of your description placed in there, or they can be additional items that you want to mention, but these are ultimately highlights of your property. I think you'll find that most of these are repeated in there. You can put anything you want in there to highlight your property. The better description you put in there, the better it's going to be. So that is our listing complete. We've got no more information to actually input there. Everything is in there except maybe one thing, a latitude and longitude. Now if you input the city, the state or the postcode incorrectly, you'll have to come back to the advert and edit it. Now you can obviously edit the advert, the listing, any time that you want. If you want to make additional features, change the description, delete items, do whatever you want to do, upload more pictures, change the video, you can do all that. You can come back in, and this is the form that you will see again once you log in, and you can just change and edit the information that you've got there. Now if your map is not displayed correctly on your advert, like this one, if we go down here, see that is displayed correctly for the area that we've selected. If your map is not displayed correctly, we have a quick fix. So let's just go to Google. Now the area that we've selected is Alpha Kia. Gone to Google, typed it in, done a search, then we just click on maps. There we are. You see that's displayed correctly. So we have spelt the word correctly because it's displayed correctly on the map. But we can go one step further than that. We can click on an area of the map. Now it doesn't need to be exact location of the property. What you want is just the general area. So once we click on the map a couple of times, a box pops up down the bottom here, and we have two links, the address and the coordinates, longitude and latitude. Click on the numbers, longitude and latitude. What that does is it pastes them, well, it transfers the numbers up to the top here. Now that they're there, we can select them and we can copy them. So right click, copy, because down there it was a link and we couldn't copy that. So now that we've clicked on it, it's up there, and that's where we clicked. We can actually copy that. So we've got back to our listing, and we've got the latitude and longitude there. Right click and paste in. Now our map will be displayed pretty much the same as that, but we'll have a look in a second. So now that our listing is completed, we just click on the submit button just there. Now here we are at our listing. Now we have two links here. We can edit it with that button, and we can view it with that one. It's already published. This is for administration, this publish button here. Sometimes you might see a PayPal button there, you might have to pay, but I've disabled that for the demonstration of this video. So we click on view, adverts that are created usually have to have the administration's approval. So you normally have to wait for the advert to be published. But in this case, because we're demonstrating this video, we've got the that disabled at the moment. So here we are. This is our headline that we put in there. Remember, there's the address and everything. There's our featured image, and the other two images there. Now, incidentally, you can come back to your advert and you can hover over these here, and what that is, it's a stats that will show how many times your advert has been viewed. This is brand new, so nobody's looked at this. As you can see, 0 views. There is our description, and as you can see, our property features are highlighted with a tick, and we could put more in there if we wanted to. You can look at other adverts and see what other additional features there are and descriptions of properties, but don't copy people's descriptions. Describe your property. And here we have the video that we got from YouTube, which is displayed correctly, and we can play that. And here is our map, and as you can see, it's exactly where we clicked on the coordinates, displayed correctly. Now we have some useful information that's taken from the coordinates from the Yelp website, which shows us local information, as with all the adverts. At the bottom we have a form for people that are looking for property, whether it be renting or whatever, or sales, and they can fill this form in, and this form will send you a message directly to you. And there's also the option for them to enter in a friend's email address to share this property with a friend, and you will receive that email address as well. It will be displayed in the header of your email. And obviously, if you was an estate agent or a brokerage, your information would be displayed in this box on the left hand side here, as it is with all the adverts. This is a secure form. People have to select one of these images to be able to send this. It won't send unless all the information is input correctly and the image is clicked on correctly as well. So that's it. We have created a listing. We're all done. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope that's been useful for you, and I hope to see